How's everybody doing? Good morning, Boker Tov, Good Yom Tov, Tes Kislev, Rosh Hashanah of Chassidus, the day of redemption for the first Chabad Rebbe and the propeller of the Chassidic movement in Chabad. I want to tell a story that this weekend, this Shabbos, it was right before Shabbos started. It was like probably an hour or two, and I didn't really have plans. I was thinking, I'll probably just stay at home and whatever, just have a nice simple Shabbos. But I called a friend in Miami Lakes, another neighborhood in Miami, and thank God they hooked it up. The shluchim there are Rabbi Weiss and Rebbe Weiss. They're a very sweet family, always an open home. And so I was spending Shabbos in Miami Lakes, and I was by the Shabbos table, and this individual I was eating by, he shared I thought it was an incredible story. So during Chanukah, which is coming up actually, a couple of years ago, he went to a prison to visit someone, and the person was actually someone who he knew. Usually he gets set up with someone random, but in this case it was someone who he knew, and it was actually a Hasidic person, and he was sitting there together with him, and he was saying that he tried coming a little late because he didn't want to see his friend in this way. He didn't want to make him feel not good that he's seeing him in this way, so he wanted to come a little late and not be there for so long. But as he came, he told him, "I'm sorry that I came a little late." And he said, "What do you mean you're sorry that you came a little late? Every moment that you're here speaking to me, you make me feel like I'm not even in prison. I feel like I'm with you, wherever you're taking me when you're speaking and when I'm speaking to you." And so this guy who was in prison, was saying, "Let me tell you a story. What happened to me in another prison before they transferred me here." So when I was there, it was in the time of Pesach, or Passover, and I had a cellmate who wasn't Jewish, but he was very spiritual, and he always wanted to hear me tell things about Torah and tell stories and everything. So I shared with him that we're coming upon the time of Pesach, of Passover, and I started to share with him about the story of Passover, and during that time I was getting packages from the warden, which was coming to me from the Chabad, or from other organizations that were sending it to me. And because I was more observant, the regular machine matzahs weren't enough for me. I needed the shmur matzahs, the hand baked natural matzahs, the shmur matzahs, and so they would send them to me, and I was getting package after package. And then I was telling my cellmate that, and now is coming up the Mashiach Suda towards the end of Passover, at the end of Pesach, and this is kind of like we're experiencing a glimpse of Mashiach, of the time of redemption, with 4 cups of wine, with matzahs, and with coming together and bringing, meaning coming together and having a time of togetherness and of growth and brotherhood. And so this Hasidic prisoner was saying that he was waiting on a package that was supposed to come for this Mashiach Suda, and he was telling his cellmate how excited he was about it. And then he asks the warden, where's the package? And the warden's like, "I'm not giving you the package. Like, I made a mistake that I gave you the last few packages." So this Hasidic prisoner, he understood, okay, look, I'm not gonna go fighting with the warden right now. Like, it's whatever, like, I don't know what to do at this point. It's really unfortunate. I don't know what to do. He kind of like had a loss of energy a little bit, kind of felt a little down. They said, let me take a nap. I'm gonna go to sleep for a little bit and just rest, So we went to sleep, started to take a nap, and he had a dream. And in this dream, he saw 3 Rebbeim. He saw the 5th, 6th, and 7th Rebbes of Chabad in his dream. He saw, and they're in order, Rebbe Rashab, the 5th, Rebbe Rayat, the 6th, and the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the 7th. And they were all sitting together with a bunch of, millions of people together, Chassidim, who were for bringing together by a Mashiach Suda. And they were singing a nigun. And they were singing this nigun, and the Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, was looking over at this prisoner, and he was saying to him, "Zak l'chaim, say l'chaim." Like, I have some mashka, some alcohol to say l'chaim, to and he was saying, "But I don't have l'chaim." He said, "What? It will be good. B'sir Stavis, you'll have a good news. You will have your l'chaims and everything." And then he woke up, and next thing he knows it, he sees the warden coming with the package that he wasn't willing to give him before for the Mashiach Suda. And he was so overjoyed, he was going to start the Mashiach Suda. And then the cellmate was kind of curious. He was wondering what just happened. Before he wasn't willing to give it to the guy, and now he just gave it to the guy. Well, what was that all about? So the cellmate went to the warden, he called him over, and he said to him, "What was that all about? Why did you give it to me?" Like, it's really a funny story. I don't really want to share it. He's like, no, please share it. I'm not judging you. Please tell me. He said, fine. If you really want to know. Usually, I've never, in my 20 years of being here as a warden, I've never fell asleep on the job. This was the first time I fell asleep on the job. And I had a dream when I fell asleep that some rabbi was coming to me and saying, "Why aren't you giving this package to this Jew?" And he said he was telling me to follow him in the dream, and he was pointing the way of where the wash station was, and he says, "You see where that wash station is? You see it? Yeah. We'll go there, and that's where you should bring the package." And then he woke up from his dream. The warden was telling this to the cellmate, and he knew there wasn't any wash station over there, but he understood that meant that he should bring it to the Hasidic prisoner that was there. In the end, the most amazing part of this story is, this whole story is so amazing, but what was so amazing is that this Yid was sentenced to 30 years in prison. I'm not sure what it was for, and it's not important, but he was sentenced to 30 years, and he was in his first year in prison there. And after the story happened, he was released from prison a couple months later. And in addition to that, GEM, organization from Chabad that gathers a lot of the films and encounters from the Rebbe and different pictures and videos that they got when the Rebbe was for bringing, and they called him over. They said, we have a clip. We want you to identify that it's you, or let us know more about that. And when he came and he saw the clip, he saw that it was an encounter of that Hasidic prisoner who was getting a l'chaim from the Rebbe. The Rebbe was pouring him a l'chaim on Mashiach Suda of a previous year. So everything is calculated by Hashem. It's not in our calculations. We don't always understand why things are happening the way they're happening, and they don't always make sense in the moment. I don't always understand why things are happening in my life the way they are, but it's bringing me closer to what my mission is, and same goes for everyone else. It's all part of the journey, and like this, we should have a self-actualization. We should feel we know our mission and we are doing our mission, and we should bring Mashiach right now in the final redemption.